If you are tired of the media playing favorites and skipping the facts, hit that like button, subscribe, and let's cut through today's noise. So, after the French debates, that's when the real questions started. And the answers? Well, some weren't even attempted. Jagmeet Singh was grilled by the CBC Radio Canada, of course, with a reporter clearly leaning liberal. Not surprised when the taxpayers' funding might be on the line. And Rebel News? Singh won't even acknowledge them. What's he afraid of? Real questions? Let's have a look.
Hello, Mr. Singh, Radio Canada. We heard you referred to fair treatment from the moderator. Why did you attack the moderator in this debate? Well, it was just in the moment. I spoke to him after the debate, and I said it was because I was very passionate about the issue. Health care is something that saved my father's life. I had to access it while I was studying law, so I think it's really fundamental to defend our healthcare system. It's such a personal thing. So I was passionate about it, and I had an opportunity to share why it's important to defend it, because there's a crisis right now, and this is a crisis we can fix. So I think people in Quebec and across the country can now know how important that is to me to defend something that people hold dear. In the debate, you accused Pierre Poilievre of wanting to privatize healthcare. What evidence do you have of that? Well, first of all, he is proposing to cut healthcare. He is proposing to massively cut the programs that we need. And like all conservatives, if you look at the record of the conservatives in the past, they privatize. In each province where there are conservatives, in a province where, like Alberta with Danielle Smith is currently massively privatizing the healthcare system in Alberta. She is giving power. But I'm talking about Mr. Poilievre. But she's giving a lot of power to private organizations. So this is an example of conservative values, which.
So, you have it there, folks. Mr. Jagmeet Singh can't even be bothered to answer the question. He's like, where's the facts, he's asked. Where's the proof you have? The reporter's asking him, where's the proof, Jagmeet? Where's the proof? And he goes, oh, just look at Danielle Smith. She's trying to oppose these privatized healthcare systems I was about to say in America, in Alberta. Sorry? That's not the question. And then when he's asked, oh, I'm talking about Pierre Poilievre, Jagmeet just keeps on going about Danielle Smith and the conservative leader in Alberta. Look at what she's doing. Man. Ridiculous. Jagmeet Singh is ridiculous. Now let's look at when Rebel News asks the question.
Hello, Mr. Singh. Treya Humphrey with Rebel News. Your party takes great pride in standing against hate such as white supremacy, Islamophobia, and online.
Sorry, I didn't get your outlet.
Treya Humphrey with Rebel News.
Okay.
Your party.
You know where I'm going to go with this, though, right?
Can I speak?
Yeah, you can. I'm just going to say you know where I'm going to go with it, though.
Your party takes pride in standing against hate such as white supremacy, Islamophobia, and online hate speech. Yet you stay silent about ongoing attacks against Christians, even after conservative MP Jamil Javani's order paper question revealed that over 200 churches have been targeted by arson and vandalism since claims of remains being discovered at former residential schools.
Let's not forget that there has been no remains actually found. Zero. That's why the government has stopped funding it. You can go look up that research all on your own and do your own research and get your own opinions. You don't have to just take my word. You can find the facts for it too. But let's get back to these questions.
Schools swept the nation in 2021. These claims have been disproven by bands that excavated, and remain unproven by those that have not. Will you condemn the rise in acts of hate against Christians today and explain what your party will do moving forward to keep Christians safe from hate in Canada?
Before I let him answer the question, what do you think? Do you think that's a good question? You think she should answer it? Or is that kind of like misinformation? You know how the NDP and the Liberals like to push misinformation. It's just all misinformation. They don't know what they're talking about.
Again, thank you, but I'm not going to respond to an organization that promotes misinformation and disinformation like Rebel News. So no, I'm not going to respond to your question.
Please keep the questions and answers short. We're just getting up to the time.
Perhaps you didn't hear me. Over 200 Christian places of worship have been attacked in Canada since 2021. Many served First Nations communities, many were historic, and they diverted police and resources and put others at risk. What do you say to Canadians who see your refusal to answer, especially from one of the few media outlets here that are not funded by the state, as proof that a vote for you is a vote for a dangerous radical party that gaslights the public into thinking it stands against hate when its silence is instead emboldening Christophobia?
Your question is another example of why I don't respond to agencies like Rebel News that promote misinformation and disinformation.
Très rapidement.
What is going on here? What is going on? Like, why can't you answer questions, Jagmeet, just because they're right-leaning? Come on. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Answer the fucking question, Jagmeet Singh. Don't be afraid. If you can't answer the questions now, how the heck are you going to answer the questions as Prime Minister? I mean, it's never going to happen. This is your last time running for anything. You're going to get booted so quickly after you gain no seats and you lose your own. Foolishness. Foolishness. Absolutely foolishness. I don't know. What do you guys think? I don't know. My opinion. That's just my opinion. I don't know. I'm just a right-winger. What do I know? I just spread misinformation and disinformation. So, jeez. To be that close-minded, Jagmeet, where you're not even going to accept the question because, you don't agree with their narrative. It goes against your narrative. But, oh my God. You know who you remind me? You remind me of that Rachel Gilmore chick, man. Ridiculous. Next story. What is the next story? Oh yeah, my favorite one yet. Mark Carney is asked about how many genders there are. Let's find out what he has to say about how many genders there is. Okay, so I found the video. Here it is. Mark Carney is asked a question about how many genders there are. Let's take a look. Oh, where are we? There we go.
Absolutely. Alex Zoltan with True North. If you thought my friend's question was odd, you're going to love this one.
I'm glad you self-assessed that. Okay.
How many genders?
Hold up. I'm going to show you the question right after this. But I can guarantee you, he already said it was an odd question. So, why are you getting so defensive, Mark Carney? Can't handle the real questions, buddy? Oh, so I'm going to have to go back a little bit.
How many genders are there?
In terms of sex, there are two. Thank you.
My follow-up question then, do you believe that women, biological women, have the right to their own spaces? Their own sports, their own change rooms, their own prisons, their own homeless shelters?
I think this is Canada, and
No shit!
That, as a general objective, yes.
we work in where we value all Canadians for who they are, and we'll continue to do so. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms.
Mark Carney never seems to answer the questions. He's really good at avoiding answering questions at all costs. Like, he has no... Like, has he ever answered a question, or has it always been like a beat around the bush thing? What do you think? Do you think he's always beating around the bush, or is he actually answering the questions? I think he's always answers it but avoids answering it. If you know what I mean? I don't know. That's just me. That is just me. So we're gonna go to the question before, when Mark Carney said his whole statement of how, yeah. Anyways, let's get right into it. Okay, so let's get back to it. Sorry, I found the video. Mark Carney is asked, was Justin Trudeau a good prime minister? This is the question that Mark Carney alerted to being an odd question, and then turns it around on the reporter. So here you go. Listen for yourself, folks. Let me exit this screen. And how do we get back to here? Boom. There's Mark Carney. Not enjoying himself. He's not enjoying himself.
I intend to do that. Thank you.
Question in English, please.
Hi, Mr. Carney, Kean Bexley, Juno News. In your estimation, was Justin Trudeau a good prime minister?
Justin Trudeau
Yeah,
in the
Justin
previous
Trudeau.
administration made a number of contributions to this country. I suspect, since I have 10 minutes, I think, right, for the responses, I'm not going to enumerate them all. I'll make one point which I think is relevant on the way looking forward, which is, as I said the other night in an interview, he and I, we share the same values in terms of solidarity, taking care of one another. The emphasis on reconciliation, emphasis on equality of all Canadians, and building a better country for everyone else. The difference, one of the differences, there are many, but one of the differences between the two of us goes to the question I was just asked, which is I put much more emphasis on the economy, on growing the economy. In fact, in this circumstance that we're in, given the scale of the crisis and what needs to be done, I would say a relentless focus on growing the economy to work for all Canadians.
Just to follow.
Was that a no or a yes? Or was that another beat around the bush question answered? Sorry. Was that another beat around the bush answer? You tell me. Let me know in the comments. Does Mark Carney answer questions, or does he beat around the bush? Let's hear the follow-up question.
Follow-up, if I may. Your entire campaign does seem to be predicated on putting you in the front and hiding the people that stood in lockstep with Justin Trudeau for the last 10 years. You're kind of hoping that Canadians won't connect the dots, that the people standing behind you in your caucus walked in lockstep with him. Regardless of what you say right now, Stephen Guilbeault made the carbon tax's life work. The man that moved Paul Bernardo from a maximum security prison is now your chief of staff. I'm wondering how you reconcile this and how you can trust their judgment when they thought those ideas were good ideas.
See his hands?
I'd say a couple things to that rather odd question. First is that
Yeah, you heard it out of the man's mouth yourself. Rather odd question. Rather odd question.
the candidates in this election for the Liberal Party, I mean, you go and see when I make an announcement. I don't think I've seen you at any of them, but next time you can come. And
did you hear what he says? You kick me out when I come. You kick me out when I come. Yeah. Independent media is not allowed at any of his things.
And you will see a wide range of the candidates that are there presenting themselves. So, for example, with respect to our announcement on crime, we had Bill Blair, now the Minister of Defense, of course, formerly the Chief of Police and a long time in Toronto, and Natalie Provost.
Wasn't Bill Blair one of the individuals listed by the two RCMP members that they should be kicked out of the party. I'll find the thing for you, and you can determine for yourself. What do you think? But let's finish off his question first.
Who is a new candidate. We're honored to have her, and someone who's dedicated their life to helping to end gun violence and violence against women. There is a very wide range of candidates that have come to the party with me. There's a lot of fresh blood. There's also a lot of experience that's there, and you need that combination of energy, new ideas, experience, and a fundamental passion for making this country better in order to serve at this crucial time. Thank you very much.
Same cabinet members. Fresh ideas, though. Fresh ideas with the same cabinet members. Maybe I'm too dumb to understand. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm just too dumb to understand. I know liberals are gonna love this one when I say I'm too dumb to understand. But let's get this, I still don't understand. How can you have the same cabinet members, but now they have fresh ideas? Fresh ideas. Anyways, let's find that little clip. Okay, I found the letter that was written by Sergeant Peter Murphy and Detective Paul McNamara, both RCMP members. One is retired, and one, they might be actually both retired. I'd have to look into that. But anyways, it goes right here. Bill Blair failed as Minister of Public Safety by authorizing extreme powers for CSIS to undertake inappropriate actions against innocent Canadians, permitted breaches of ministerial directives on national security operations in sensitive sectors, permitted breaches of Canadian Charter of Rights. But Bill Blair's the man. He is the man. New ideas. Yeah, new ideas. Like, I wonder, maybe using Facebook like they are in China. Have you heard that story yet? Let me find that out. We're gonna end today's. Oh, you know what? Maybe let's go back to Pierre Poilievre, and we'll get some of the questions asked to him, and we'll get his answers, and then we're gonna finish it off with Facebook is working with the Chinese government. So, anyways, let's jump right into. Oh yeah, that's right. I have one more clip I want to show you before I get to Pierre Poilievre. Let's listen in.
I'm curious what stood out to you, because at one point when some of those last questions came up, I just checked to make sure. Yeah, no, we're in Canada, because the identity politics questions have not emerged much.
This happens on the same day that the United Kingdom court ruled that woman and sex refer to biological woman and biological sex.
That's right. They ruled it. I wonder why. Because people had enough of your woke bullshit. That's why it was brought up today. Not only because it was, they like to say it was brought up today because of that. That's not why it was brought up today. It's an issue that Canadians are facing. Maybe not for the Team Reds. Maybe not for the Team Orange. But definitely for the rest of us. It's a big freaking issue. There's no bloody way in hell do I think it's okay that a male who identifies as a female should be allowed in the changing rooms with my daughters. Heck no. No, 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 no. Big no. In fact, if I ever saw a man walk out of the change room after my daughters were in there, oh buddy, let me tell you, there'd be more than just some choice words. That is fucking ridiculous that we can even question it as a negative thing. Like, what the beep? Like, seriously. Anyways, let's this lady, she pisses me off.
True North is a very right-wing website, and there have been issues in the past with who gets allowed into these scrums and who's allowed to ask questions of the leaders. The commission, debates commission, was the one who decided that these people.
Whoa! 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 These people. See, if these people like me were liberals, we'd be offended. But guess what? We're not liberals, and you can call us those people all you want. All you want. You don't hurt me. In fact, it makes me smile even more so you can see my two fucked up teeth. I don't give a fuck. Nope. And I'll swear, I don't care, YouTube. You can try to cancel my videos and not push them out because I swear a lot. I don't care. Because you know what? Sorry to break it to you, but a lot of people swear.
We're allowed to come in and ask these kinds of questions. So there you go. All right.
So there you go. She is offended that those people were allowed in to ask those type of questions. So you just want questions that fit your narrative and people that fit your narrative to ask questions, but us who don't fit your narrative are not allowed to ask those questions. Let's remind you that the people asking those questions are not paid by the state government. Come on. Anyways, let's get into Pierre Poilievre's question time. Because, you know, those people are going to ask him those questions. Okay. I found the question period of the debate questions after the debate with Pierre Poilievre. And I'm not going to go into it because I don't want the liberals to go, oh, you're so biased. Oh, you're so biased. And I can't listen to you because you're too biased. And, So we're not even going to play that game. So, here, you listen for yourself. And tell me. Where are we? Hit play.
Sheila Gunn-Reid for Rebel News.
Yes.
We've seen the NDP tonight refuse to take questions from independent journalists. The Liberals have gone one step further. The Carney campaign has called the police on independent journalists. Trudeau before that brought in C-18, C-11. The Liberals are promising a revamped version of the Online Harms Act. What would a Conservative government do to ensure the independence of the press and protect Canadians' right to have access to information and hold their politicians to account?
We are the only party that's willing to protect freedom of the press, of all the media, and we will also repeal C-11, the censorship law. We will remove the censorship of Canadian news on web platforms like Facebook and Instagram, and we will fight back against any kind of Orwellian online censorship law like the one that the previous Liberal government instituted. It was designed to create the possibility of preemptive arrests of people, where you could be arrested if you were suspected of sometime in the future planning to say something harmful online. You could be under a peace bond. I mean, it really is Orwellian. And I note that many people across the spectrum have spoken out against this censorship. Even someone like Margaret Atwood, not known to be a conservative, has said that this kind of censorship is not only bad for democracy, but inhibits artistic expression. So I stand for free speech, and we will respect the right of Canadians to have access to the media that they choose.
My follow-up,
Sorry.
Canada's suffering the most violent anti-Semitic crime wave in history.
Yes.
There have been shootings, fire bombings, even a riot right here in Montreal. But not all of this anti-Semitic hatred and incitement rises to the high level of a criminal code offense. Do you believe that foreign nationals, that is, people who are not Canadian citizens, should be deported for participating in these hate marches or other pro-Hamas activities that don't rise to the level of a crime?
Want to know my opinion? I think they should get deported 100%. Get the frick out of here. We don't need those people. Yeah. Call me a racist, call me a bigot, all you fucking want. I don't care. But doesn't matter what color, nationality you are. If you're committing crimes and you're not a Canadian and you're just over here on one of these work visas or student visas and you commit crimes, as my friend Alex from Mexico likes to say, adios, amigo. Man, like, come on. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Absolutely wacko. Anyways, let's listen to the follow-up question. Or the answer to the follow-up question.
Well, what I have said is when there is a crime involved, including crimes of vandalism, that visitors to Canada should be deported. You simply can't come here and firebomb a Jewish bakery or someone's home or smash windows out of a political riot and expect to stay in this country if you are on a visitor visa. We will be bringing in tougher laws to penalize those who are permanent residents and citizens who break laws and
as you
harm
should.
our communities. But look, this is the disintegration we have witnessed after the lost Liberal decade. Everybody is divided. This group is divided against that group. There is crime and chaos in our streets. The Liberals have promoted this division by saying one thing to one group and then exactly the opposite to a different group. We had a tradition in this country before this government where you could come from places, the conflict-ridden places in the world, and you would leave the fight behind. You might have a debate about the politics of that place when you sat down in a coffee shop in Montreal or Toronto, but it never overflowed into street violence. We need to get back to that. You should know, we welcome people to this country. Sure, bring your culture, bring your traditions, bring your family, but do not bring foreign conflicts onto our streets. We're going to have peaceful streets again, and we're going to be united. All of us should consider ourselves Canadian first and put foreign divisions behind us.
Now, that is exactly how I feel about the whole thing. If you're going to come here to the country, because let's put it this way, you obviously clearly think it's better, and you got a bunch of shit back home that you don't want to have to live with, I get it. I can respect that you want to leave. But at the same time, go ahead, bring your values, bring your religion, bring it all. But don't forget where you are. Respect those people who you came to protect you. Leave your shit at the door. You know what I mean? Leave your shit at the door. And call me whatever you want to call me. I don't care. That's how I feel. You know? Leave your shit at the door. If not, go back home. I'm okay with that too. You know what I mean? Like, but if you want to be here, you want to be here. Canada first. Come on. It ain't that fucking stupid. We don't have to be that fucking dumb as a society to think this is acceptable. Because it's not. And you can disagree with me all you want. Doesn't change the fact that it's not acceptable, in my opinion. And a lot of other people's opinions too. You know? Anyways, I was going to get into the whole Facebook is helping China and censoring their people, and I was going to add that to today's story, but we're already at, what are we at? We're at 30-minute long video. Half you, actually more than that, 80% of you are not going to be here anyways to this point of the video, so there's no point continuing on. For the 20% that are still here, thank you very much. Make sure you hit like and subscribe for more of this guy's content, because I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you. I'll tell you how it is. You know, I give no shits. I don't care. I don't care if I hurt people's feelings. Nope. Nope, nope, no. Because I'm one of those guys. No, honestly. Treat people how you'd want to be treated. Right? So, fuck around with me, I'll fuck around with you. That's just how it is. You nice to me, I'll be nice to you. I'm not gonna say, oh, they have to be nice to me before I be nice to them. No, I'll be nice to you. But as soon as you cross that line, Mr. Nice Guy goes bye-bye. You know what I mean? So I'll end it there. I'll end it there. Enjoy your day. Out here in BC, beautiful British Columbia. I wish I could show you the picture outside. It is beautiful. Not a cloud in the sky. It's been like that all week. It's probably going to rain on the weekend. That's just how it goes. That's it for today, folks. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Bless you all.